Okay, hip internal rotation, PAILsRAIls. What you're gonna need is a box and something for your knee for comfort. Yoga mat will do for most of you. Some may need an actual pad. And if you don't have access to a box, you can do this against any sort of upright. If you position yourself properly, you can do this against the corner of a wall or a doorway, right? So I'm gonna be targeting my left leg. I'm gonna set myself up to where the leg that's planted down and in the back is the hip that we'll be targeting. The inside of my foot, the inside of my left foot is up against the box or the upright. We're going to sit or kneel tall, if you will, hips underneath you a little bit. And then what's gonna happen is to get our femur and our hip joint into internal rotation, I'm going to rotate my torso and my hips, more so my hips, less focus on the torso. Torso is rotating into that planted leg, right? So as my hip, my opposite hip point comes this direction, my femur goes into internal rotation. Should feel a stretch, a deep capsular stretch on the front left side of that hip capsule, no pain in the groin, right? And we're just slowly and incrementally rotating into that femur, keeping our hips underneath us until we feel an 8 out of 10 stretch, 7, 8 out of 10 stretch, right? So once we're here in this position, passively stretching that tissue and that area of the body for 1 to 2 minutes, depending how much time you have and your intention behind this. PAILsRAIls, so the ramping up, 10%, 20%, 100% PAILs, is externally rotating my hip so that my foot gets heavier into the box. So I'm engaging the musculature that's being stretched and trying to rotate it away from the midline, right? So externally rotating, foot is getting heavier into the box at 10%, 20, 30, 40, slowly ramping up to 100% safest max effort for 10 to 15 seconds. Drive, drive, drive. Nothing shifts, nothing changes, nothing rotates, maintaining that position for 3, 2, 1. Rails, immediately flipping into 100% effort, internally rotating the hip. So what that means is tissue is rotating towards the midline. You should feel your foot get lighter on the box, right? So you're trying to internally rotate as hard as you can, trying to rotate so that foot comes off the upright, off the box, 100% effort for 10 to 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Relax all the tissue, find that new range, rotate a little further, get those hips underneath you a little more. 3, 2, 1, and come on out. Right, so again, the setup, just to be clear, here, straight on, pelvis is rotating, femur staying where it's at, getting that hip joint into internal rotation, sitting here for 1 to 2 minutes. PAILs is externally rotating, so foot is getting heavier into the box. Holding that once you have the 100% effort for 10 to 15, 3, 2, 1. Rails, flipping it, internally rotating as hard as you can. That means foot is going to be driving away from the box as hard as you can for 10 to 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax, rotate further, get those hips underneath you into that new end range for 3, 2, 1, switch sides.